my laptop is currently on 3 pillows, so we're just gonna hope it doesn't fall. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm home now. I got home yesterday. Today is Tuesday. And this is a video I wanted to film while I was away, but I didn't actually get the time or the chance to do it. So here I am now. It is Tuesday night. It is almost midnight. I'm here. I'm wrapped up in my blanket. I'm wearing my high school hoodie. Can you be quiet, please, ma'am? You're really ruining my moment. I'm just gonna put this down for a second. Tonight, we are going to be tier ranking fanfiction tropes. Full credits to Cindy and Chanel, who did this on their channels. This is where I got the idea from. Their videos were super funny. Definitely go and watch. I've been wanting to do a tier ranking video for a while now, and as a veteran fanfiction writer, this is just like the perfect one for me to do. Before anyone asks, I am 100% retired. I am almost never going to write fanfiction ever again in my life, but that is why I'm here. This was my fanfic writing setup back in high school. I almost exclusively had to write fanfiction after 10 p.m. Because I wasn't allowed to have my laptop in my room at night, so I would have to sneak out and get my laptop from like wherever it was, like in the lounge, and then take it back into my room and write fanfiction. And if I fell asleep, I'd have to get up at like 5 a.m. to put it back out, so it was like I never even like took it in the first place. Did anyone else have strict parents, or was it just me? We're just gonna get to it. I think this is gonna be super fun. I'm gonna put the tier ranking like on the screen, and I'm probably gonna be little, so let's do that. Okay, hi everyone, it's the next day. Due to technical difficulties, I couldn't actually film the tier ranking last night, so it's next morning. I'm here. We're still gonna do this. I could refilm the intro, so it's like I'm just doing today, but also I can't be bothered. So it's the next day. I'm still gonna make myself small, and I'm still gonna put the tier ranking up on the screen. So yeah, let's do this. Push record. 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. Stunning. So I'll explain my tier names quickly. So at the top, we have Feeds My Soul. These are the tropes that either I would have written, like love to have written back when I was writing fanfiction, or the tropes that I would have absolutely always picked on. Like if I'd seen that in like the tags or anything, like absolutely, I would be reading that. I'd be eating that shit up. Underneath that, we have a classic. You know, it's a classic trope. I respect it. Probably like not a favorite, but one that I would like, or one that I would consider like a pretty good, like decent trope in general. In the middle, we have debatable or standard. So this is either going to be a trope that I think has to be done in a specific way, or it's like a trope that is really popular but just like not my thing because I don't like how it's done most of the time. I mean, we'll discuss each trope as I put them in. It'll probably make more sense as we go along, but anyway. And then underneath that, we have not for me personally. These are the tropes that I don't really like, but I could see how other people could like them. And it's not that I wouldn't read any of these fics with these tropes in them. Like, just because a fic had one of these tropes, it wouldn't mean that I would absolutely like never click on it and read it, you know? And at the bottom, we have VOM. This is the garbage tier, the trash tier, the tier that has all the tropes that I absolutely hate and never, ever want to read or write or have any interest in whatsoever. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You'll see how it works as we go along. So let's just get in. Okay, so the first trope we have is ABO, which I believe is Alpha, Beta, Omega. Now, I guess this comes from like werewolf fics, or like paranormal fanfictions. I like a good werewolf story. They're not my favorite, but if we're thinking of it as like the character dynamics, like the relationships between characters, you have an alpha, you have a beta, you have an omega, I'm kind of into that. I like interesting character dynamics, and I will say, if you have an alpha character and you write them well, I love that. I really do love that. Like, that's a classic trope that catches my interest. So I'm gonna put this in the classic tier. I think that's a good place for it to go. The next trope is amnesia fic. I don't know. Amnesia fic is one of those ones where it's like, I feel like it has to be done really, really well, because otherwise it's just really boring and repetitive and just like not good. It definitely has potential. Like, you could get a lot of pining, you could get a lot of angst, you could get a lot of fluff in an amnesia fic. You know, definitely has potential to be good. But I think when you put the amnesia trope with another trope, which I think is like super common, it's not that great. So I'm gonna put this in debatable, but standard. I think that's where it goes. It's not like incredible, but if it's done well, it could be good, you know? The next trope, absolute classic, angst. In the classic tier, I feel like that's kind of controversial. I feel like everyone loves a good angst fic. Like, everyone loves when like characters are angsty and like everything's just angst, but I don't know, I have to be in a particular mood for angst, I think. And I don't think it's just because it's an angst fic doesn't mean that that is like what makes it good. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the angst, in all honesty. It really just depends. So it's not top tier. It's definitely just classic. The next trope, arranged marriage, absolutely 100% up the top. Feeds my soul. That is so good. I love a good arranged marriage trope. To be fair, this could also go in like the debatable tier, because it does really depend on like how it's done. I think in Cindy's video she was talking about how she doesn't like the idea of like someone being forced to be in a relationship. Like, that's definitely not it. Like, that is not good. But there are like arranged marriages where it's like kind of similar to like the fake dating trope, that kind of stuff. That's good. I really like that. And I also think arranged marriage is probably top tier for me, because a lot of arranged marriages are in like royal or like high society settings, and I love that. I eat that shit up. That is so good. So first trope in the top tier, arranged marriage. Next trope is baby fic. Absolutely 100% in the vom tier. Disgusting. Don't give me a baby. I don't care about that. I'm not here to see these people reproduce, literally. I'm here to like see their relationship. I don't care about children. I think that says a lot more about me, but you know. I also kind of hate it because a lot of the time it's like, in the baby fic, it's like the baby is used as a plot point to like get characters together, or it's like, you know, the secret baby, like, oh, it's your child, and then the other character's like, what? I didn't know he had a child. It's usually the guy. And I just like, that does nothing for me. Like I just don't get that. Like, it's not dramatic. It just seems really stupid and like frustrating. Just straight up vom tier. Okay, next trope, sharing a bed. Classic. Sharing a bed has been in fanfiction since the dawn of time. I think I can't tell if I want to put it in classic or feeds my soul, because I need like a tier in between that where it's like I really, really love it, but it's not my top tier, because it's good, but a lot of the times it's like, to me, it's not like a big thing. It's more like something that happens in the fic that leads to the good parts of the fic, if that makes sense. I think I'm gonna put it in a classic. It's a classic trope. I 100% respect it. I do love it. You know, it's like a little added bonus. But yeah, just not that top tier content for me. Next trope, bang or die. Bang or die is interesting, because if it's like, we have to bang or else, it's a little bit like unrealistic, kind of like the high stakes, like the pressure that like the fact that they have to, I'm kind of just like, yeah. I think I'm gonna put bang or die in debatable or standard. I do love a good like bang, you know, but like it's definitely not top tier, and it's definitely not a trope that I've seen a lot of either, so I wouldn't exactly call it a classic. So we're just gonna put it in debatable or standard. Okay, next one is body swap. This is easily gonna be the not for me personally tier. I can understand it. To me, it's like not a standard, it's not a classic. I've never read many body swap fics. but I know it's like something that lots of people really, really like. I just don't get it. I just don't see it personally. It's not a vom trope though. It's like, it's not disgusting to me. I absolutely am just like so detached from it. I just don't, it's just not for me personally, and that's why that tier exists. Perfect. The next one is Coffee Shop AU. I love a good AU, a good alternative universe fic. Those were my shit in high school. I loved that so much. But I don't think the coffee shop is one of my favorites, so I'm gonna put this in the classic. It's a classic trope, definitely cute, definitely love it, definitely has potential to be incredible, but it's definitely not a trope that I absolutely love. It's good, definitely good, but not top tier, I'm sorry. This next AU, however, college AU, absolutely feeds my soul. 100%. Straight up, incredible. Like, the college setting is just like perfect. I like there's not even really anything that I feel like I don't even need to explain it. It's just like, it's so good. It's so perfect. Crack fic is an interesting one. I don't think I've ever read many crack fics. At least like not, I've probably read like short crack fics. I'm gonna put it in not for me personally, because I can totally see why people would like it, like the crazy crack vibes, but I'm just, crack just isn't for me, I guess. The crossover trope. I'm gonna put this in debatable or standard, because it's not my fave, and I think it can be done well. Like, I do. I think crossover fics are interesting and they have potential. Never really anything that I've like clicked on, never really anything that I've wanted to write myself, but it's definitely not vom, and it's not that I wouldn't ever read it, so we're gonna put it in debatable. Next we have dark fic. Again, dark fic is kind of like crack fic, where I don't, actually no, it's not like crack fic, hang on. Okay, actually I'm gonna put dark fic in a classic, because I'm looking at all of these other tropes and I don't see anything like that. So I'm thinking dark fic would include things like the mafia tropes, and if that's done well, I love that. I really do. I don't know what it is, but like, beautiful little bit of escapism right there. So we're gonna put this one in a classic. Major character death could potentially go in top tier. You know, if you're in the mood to just be absolutely ruined, what else would you read? You would absolutely go for a major character death fic, like 100%. It has its purposes. If it's like done well, it's done well. Sometimes you just want to cry. I think I'm gonna put it in Feeds My Soul. Absolutely top tier, if you're in the right mood. So now I'm wondering if I should put that in like a classic, because it's not like my all-time favorite. No, it's staying in the top tier. It's staying in the top tier. The next trope is canon divergence, which I believe is like when you take something like a character or an event from canon and you like change it a little bit, or you like go off that event. Not really my thing. I'm gonna say not for me personally. It's like not something that really like spikes my interest, not something that really grabs my attention. But I think that's like how a lot of fanfiction has started. Like, a lot of fanfiction could be made from that. So I think it's a good trope, but just like not for me. Enemies to lovers. I think I think this might be a little bit shocking, but I'm putting enemies to lovers in the classic tier, not top tier. Enemies to lovers is good. Like, don't get me wrong, it is up there. If I had the tier between Feeds My Soul and classic of like ones that I love, this would go in there, but it is not top tier enough. I don't. Enemies to lovers is the mainstream trope, and it's good. You know, I respect her. She deserves her hype, but just not worthy of that top tier role. I'm sorry. Okay, the next one is established relationship. I'm gonna put this in debatable or standard. If it's done well, it's done well. I've read a few established relationship ones where it's like, you know, they're cute, but I definitely think in general the lead up to the relationship is the best part of a fanfic. You want to see the relationship like happen, you know, like you want to see the before and the after, at least for me. But I actually think that like a lot of the fanfiction I used to write would have been established relationships. Maybe I should bump it up to classic. No, I'm gonna put it in debatable or standard, because I think it definitely has to be done well to be interesting. We're just gonna put it in standard. Yeah, it's not like something that I love. Fairy Tail AU is honestly one that I've never really thought about before. I'm gonna put it in, we're just gonna put it in not for me personally or standard. I've never really heard of Fairy Tail AUs before. We're gonna put it in not for me personally because I really don't care that much for fairy tales, and while I love a good alternative universe fic, I just don't think that one is for me. I just don't think it. Sorry, loves. Fake relationship trope, absolutely 100% feeds my soul. Top tier material. Delicious. Oh my goodness. The fake relationship is just incredible. Words can't even describe how good it is. Ugh, amazing. Absolutely top tier. A fix-it fic? I think these are like really, really good. Like as a fanfic writer, I feel I would have written a few fix-it fics. I'm putting this in classic. Not even debatable or standard, I'm just putting it in classic. I love like seeing fans take things that happen and change it because they don't like what happened. I think like that's the whole point of fanfiction. So absolutely it's a classic. Absolutely incredible. We love that. Fluff, 100% up the top, feeds my soul. And this is the thing. I think this is why I put angst in classic, because if I had to choose between angst and fluff, 100% every time I'm going for fluff. Fluff is just so good. I'm a little softy. I want some nice, cute little moments between the OTP. I want to see that cute little relationship, you know? I want to see the cuddles. I don't care about the angry angst we can't be together stuff. I mean, I do sometimes, but like not as much as I care about the fluff, okay? I definitely wrote a lot of fluff in high school. Fluff is definitely top tier trope. Friends to lovers? Well, we're gonna go debatable or standard because I've read some horrible friends to lovers fics. Like, terrible. And I think it's like you have to do it right, because it's like just because some characters are friends doesn't mean that they have to date, which I think is like the basis of what a lot of friends to lovers fics are, which just isn't. That's just not it. That's just not it. But definitely it's a standard trope, and I think you could definitely, like, there are definitely good ones out there. Absolutely. And definitely opportunity for some good fluff, some good pining, 100%, you know? It has the potential, but it's not up there, in my opinion. Genfic, next genfic, I do love a good genfic. I think classic feeds my soul. Genfics are just like so fun, because usually it takes characters that aren't, you know, main characters necessarily in canon, and you like go off that. I'll never forget my friend and I, we talked about like for years writing this huge next generation Harry Potter fanfiction, with like all of our own characters and like maybe a few from the stories that I mentioned at like the end of the Deathly Hallows, but like mostly just like all of our own characters, next gen fic. It was going to be incredible, and it's like for that I'm like, that would absolutely feed my soul. But I think I'm just going to put it in the classic tier. Like, I'm thinking if I saw a genfic like in the tags on a fanfiction, it wouldn't make me pick on it, you know, but it would intrigue me. So this can go on the classic tier. Hurt Comfort is like good, but also vom, but also not for me, but also debatable, because I would absolutely read something like this. I hope I'm thinking of this right. I'm pretty sure hurt comfort is when like one of the characters are hurt and the other one is like looking after them, or like, you know, comforting them. And that's some good material right there. But I mean, we're just gonna put it in a classic. I feel like so many of these are gonna go into a classic because they're not top tier worthy, but I like them enough that they're not like debatable or standard. Yeah, Hurt Comfort's going in the classic. This next one, historical AU, bump that up to the feeds my soul. Love a good throwback in time, back, like the further back you go in time, the better. I love that. I absolutely love that. Give me it. I think I just like the historical aesthetic. Absolutely top tier. High school AU, I definitely think it is not as good as college AU. I feel like high school AU is better for drama though, but a lot of the time that means that I will not like it as much. So I'm going to put this in debatable or standard because I think it can be done well, just not as good as college AU, and I don't think it's a classic. Like, it is a classic trope, but like not for me. I think I've definitely read more college AUs than high school AUs. Huddle for warmth. Ooh, I don't think I've read many of these. I'm gonna put this in. This is the type of shit that would feed my soul, like 100%. Oh my god, we need to stay close so we don't die. It's like the fluffier version of Bang or Die. We're gonna, like the PG version. We're gonna put this in debatable? Standard? No. Classic? No. Well, ooh. I think I'm gonna put it in debatable or standard because I've like really ever seen fics with this trope in it. I think it could be done really well, but definitely not something that I like absolutely love, you know. Humor fic quality. Who doesn't love a good laugh? Absolutely up in the classics. I don't know if I would ever actually click on a fic if it said it was a humor fic, but I do appreciate like some good banter, some good humor. I think that is like vital to fanfiction. So we're putting that in the classic tier. In vino veritas? I don't know if that's how you say that. I absolutely cannot remember. I'm pretty sure I looked it up, but I can't remember. In parentheses, it says drunken confessions. 100% feeds my soul. Give me like characters who confess to the other one when they're not meant to, whether that's like because they're drunk or because, I don't know, they think that like the other one's asleep and not listening or something. That is so good. So good. I don't even have the words. I genuinely don't. First kiss. Straight up to the feeds my soul. That's the shit I live for. And the longer you wait, the better it is. Absolutely. And I know there are some people who are like, if the first kiss isn't like mind-blowingly incredible, I don't want it. Honestly, I do not care. As long as it's like consensual and everything, like absolutely. Like it has to be consensual, duh. But like if it's just like a little like, or if it's like a full-on smack bang snog, good shit. Magic AU? Now, as I've said, I love a good alternative universe fic, but something about the Magic AU makes me want to throw up. 100% going in the vom tier. Disgusting. Like, I don't know, just the idea of like giving characters magic, I don't, like, I could not tell you why. I do not for me, love. Absolutely would never click on a Magic AU fic. Next trope is also going in the vom tier. Miscommunication. Horrible. So annoying. What's the point? Like, I feel like it's just bad writing. Honestly, straight up. Give me actual obstacles and actual things that my characters have to work through. I do not care about miscommunication as a trope. Disgusting. Horrible. Okay, missing scenes. Ooh. This was like the fic that I would always write. Missing scenes fics. They were my favorite, like absolutely favorites to write in high school. And I would usually make them like super fluffy. But I don't know if it's like top tier or not. I think I'm gonna put it in a classic because it obviously is a classic, but just it's not quite up there. It's not quite top tier material. Mutual pining, give me all of that. Absolutely feeds my soul. We love a good pining moment. I love it. And it's like mutual pining, incredible. So stupid, but so good. Okay, 6 pollen. This, I straight up did not know what this trope was. I had to Google this, and honestly, it didn't sound horrible. It kind of did. I don't know if I should put it in the vomit tier or the not for me personally. If you didn't know, the 6 pollen trope is like when like a character, like they go to like, I don't even know if they have to go to another land, but it's like there's pollen or something in the air or on something that like the character touches, and it makes them like crazy for sex. At least that's what I got from Google. And I could, like, that, like, the thing is, I could see why people would be into that. I'm just gonna put it in the not for me personally. I haven't read it, so I feel like I shouldn't put it in the vom tier because I don't actually have a judgment of it. But it's definitely not for me. Like, from the description, not for me. Pregnancy fic, absolutely in the vom tier. Similar to the baby fic. I don't, nope, absolutely not. Disgusting. Get it out of my sight. Porn without plot. Incredible. Ma'am, no. Absolutely feeds my soul tier. Like, I just respect it so much, you know? Sometimes it's just a bit sad seeing these people writing so many sex scenes and trying to keep a plot in there. Like, just drop the plot and write the porn, you know? Royalty AU? Absolutely feeds my soul. Top tier. Incredible. I love the drama. And I usually love because it's like with royalty, like royalty fics, it's usually outside drama that like gets in the way of the relationship, and that's what I love. That's like the good shit. And especially because usually in royalty fics of some kind, there's usually politics or like power plays, and that's really fun. Slow burn, I'm gonna put this in debatable or standard because I think slow burn is great, but it has to be done really, really well. Like, I'm not going to enjoy a fic if it's like slow burn for no reason. It has to be good. It has to be done well. So it's definitely a debatable trope. Soulmate AU, I feel like everyone shits on soulmates, but 100%, this is in my top tier. I love a good soulmate story. Like, give me the shit where it's like two people who are meant to be together forever and ever and ever. I love that. It's beautiful. It's nice. It's simple. I'm a simple bitch. I don't ask for much. I just want my characters to be together. Always. And there you go. Soulmate AU. Perfect. Time loop. Time loop trope? Time loop, obviously just everything happening again and again. Not for me, love. Not for me. Not interesting. I think it's a bit boring, honestly. No, just not for me. Not for me. It's not disgusting. Like, it could be interesting, but just no, not for me. Love triangle could be slightly controversial, but I'm gonna put this in debatable or standard. I feel like everyone hates love triangles, and I mean, that's understandable. There have been so many bad love triangles in the past like 20 years, so it makes sense. But I do think it can be done really well. I have definitely read some love triangle fics where I'm like, wow, incredible, absolutely, I'm 100% into this and loving this. So I'm definitely going to put it in debatable or standard though, because I definitely think it's not done well as much as it is done bad. I feel like that was a terrible sentence. I feel like I could have said that in a much better way, but my point was made. You get what I'm saying. Unhappy ending trope. This has its purposes. And I don't necessarily think that everything has to have a happy ending exactly, but I feel like unhappy endings are very similar to people who just don't give a shit about how they end their fics, and so the endings themselves are just terrible. I care a lot about endings. Endings are very, very important. I feel like so many people don't give a shit about how something ends. I do. And I'm not saying that it has to be happy. It has to be done well. I'm going to put this in debatable or standard, because if it's an unhappy ending that's done well, I'll take it, you know? Oh, okay, we're on to the last trope. Unrequited love. This is going to go in the classics tier. It's not quite top tier. It's close. Definitely close. Definitely something that, you know, if I see it like in the tags of a fic, I'm like, oh, you know, you've got my interest. I'm intrigued. But like, I feel like this would definitely be lots of people's top tier trope, but I know it's not one of my top tier tropes. But it's definitely good. It's definitely a classic. I respect what it's like set out to do. So it can go in the classic tier. So those are my rankings of fanfiction tropes. I mean, I think what this says about me is that I'm quite easy to please. I will take anything and everything unless it involves a child or something that's like just a bit too crazy. to like fully believe in. I think that's the takeaway here. Definitely, if you want to do this, I'd love to see your rankings. I'll leave a link to the tier list down below where you can make your own. If you do a video, I'd love to see the video. Definitely let me know if you do that as well. I hope you enjoyed. That's it for today's video. I will see you guys with another one later this week.